This video shows you how to create a catalog and find assets quickly with Watson Knowledge Catalog. From the home page, you can access the catalogs. Now create a new catalog and provide a name and a description. A catalog contains metadata about the contents of assets and how to access them, and a set of collaborators who need to use the assets for data analysis. The metadata is stored in an encrypted IBM Cloud Object Storage instance. Any data that you want to store in the cloud, you can upload to the cloud object storage of your choice, and then specify that object storage when you create the catalog. This split between where the data's metadata is stored and the actual location of the data is important. It means that you can keep your data wherever it is. You don't need to move it into the catalog, because the catalog only contains metadata. You can have the data in on-premises data repositories in other IBM Cloud services like Cloudant or DB2 on Cloud, in non-IBM Cloud services like Amazon or Azure, in streaming data services, or even dark data sources like PDFs. Included in the metadata is how to access the data asset. In other words, the location and credentials. That means that anyone who is a member of the catalog and has sufficient permissions can get to the data without knowing the credentials or having to create their own connection to the data. If you don't have an object storage instance, you can create one right from here. When you create a catalog, you can enforce data policies. If you enable data policies now, you can't disable it later. Now you're ready to create the catalog. Since the new catalog is empty, let's take a look at an existing catalog. On the Browse Assets tab, you can see recommendations, highly rated assets, and recently created assets, as well as a list of all the assets. You can type a search term to find assets, and you can filter by asset type, such as data asset or notebook, or filter by tags that were assigned to the asset when it was added to the catalog. When you view an asset, you get a preview of the data and other information like a description, ratings, tags, where the source is located, and any classifications. On the Access tab, those with permission can add members to view this particular asset. And the Review tab shows reviews and lets you contribute a review. When assets are added to a catalog with data policies enabled, Watson Knowledge Catalog automatically profiles and classifies the content of the asset based on the values in those columns. The Profile tab contains more detailed information about the inferred classifications. On the Activities tab, you'll see the various events that Watson Knowledge Catalog has captured that occurred in the life cycle of this data asset, allowing you to trace what's happened to the asset since it was created. Go back to the catalog, and on the Access Control tab, you can see the current list of catalog members. You can also add members, which is pretty similar to adding collaborators in a project. Most catalog members will likely have the editor role. The viewer role is intentionally restricted, and only a select few will have the admin role. And on the Settings tab, you can edit the catalog name and description and see other important information about the cloud object storage associated with this catalog. Find more videos in the Cloud Pak for Data as a Service documentation.